So you know it's bad when the hashtag damn heat was trending way too early in this game last night. And I would like you to choose between the description of headlines you would like. Bucks destroy heat, Bucks eviscerate heat, and from our own website, CBSSports.com, how Milwaukee set a new playoff franchise record for three-pointers in Game 2 destruction of Miami. You get the point. It wasn't good for the Heat. The Bucks nailing 22 threes to take the 2-0 series lead. They hit 10 threes in the first quarter alone to tie the NBA playoff record for threes set in a quarter. Let's welcome in our good friend, the champ, Rip Hamilton. Rips, we got to check on Heat fans. We've done that in our newsroom today. They're not doing well. We also got to check on this Heat team. What on earth is going on?
Well, first of all, big shouts out to the Milwaukee Bucks and its fans, because last year, if any team that really struggled playing in the bubble with no fans and a team that really came out in a regular season and did their job to get home court advantage and couldn't get home court advantage playing in the bubble, this year shows you the impact of having fans in their arena and getting some home cooking and sleeping in their own bed. And they came out playing great. Miami got to put their foot on the gas. I just didn't think they came out aggressive like they did last year when they played against the Milwaukee Bucks. I didn't think they were in the passing lanes. They allowed Milwaukee Bucks to get open opportunities. Giannis did a great job of reading the defense, not just settling for the three ball, but also getting to the basket, making plays for everybody else. But also big shouts out to Coach Bud, because I thought the big adjustment was, especially in last night's game, was that they took Giannis off the ball, especially late in the game. They put him on the weak side. They allow Holiday and Middleton to run the offense and put Giannis in that little short corner position. So if guys helped or came off his body, Giannis was able to get an easy lob or an offensive rebound or a putback to make a basket. But Milwaukee played great. Miami got to get back to that grind and grit that we used to, because it seems like they didn't have it, especially in the first two games.
Well, unlike the Heat, the Nuggets were not about to go down 2 games to the Trailblazers. The Joker finishing with 42 points. Rip, is this the team we expected to see when this series started?
Yes and no, because without no Murray out there, I mean, there was still a huge question mark on this team. But when you look at this ball club, a guy like Joker, who's been playing like an MVP caliber guy all season, probably, in my opinion, gets my vote for the MVP. He really did a good job of really putting his foot on the gas last night. He was aggressive. He got to the basket. He made plays. He's a guy that's more of a pass-first type of individual. For him to go out and get 42 points was big for this Denver Nugget team. But the other guys played well. I thought Porter was great, scoring 18. They had 6 guys in double digits. Gordon was a guy that played both ends of the floor. He had to kind of slow Dame down as best as possible using his length. But Portland, if you look at their roster, look at their team, they had 15 assists and 21 turnovers. When you looked at Portland's Achilles heel for the last couple of years, we always said that, especially in playoff games, they got caught up in playing individual basketball. 15 assists is just not going to do it, especially against a different team that does it by committee, shares the ball, has 6 guys in double digits. They got to do a better job of getting other guys involved.
Let's take a look ahead to the games tonight. We've got 3 of them, starting with the Lakers trying to avoid falling into a deeper hole against the Suns. The Suns already up 1 game. We talked to Avery Johnson. He says Anthony Davis needs to step up. What do you think the Lakers need to do?
Yeah, I have to agree with Coach. I mean, they definitely, Anthony Davis has to play better. LeBron James has to play better. I mean, when you look at the stat sheet and they said, Anthony Davis and LeBron James had a combined 31 points scoring between the two. Like, I was looking back and forth and said, hey, this has to be a misprint. But you gotta look at it. All season long, this team has been injured. They're still trying to get their rhythm with guys being back in the lineup. And with AD and Andre Drummond on the floor, you still get out rebound. That just can't happen. I mean, I thought the Phoenix Suns came out with the type of energy you have to come out and play in the playoffs. Devin Booker was great. Didn't seem like this was his first rodeo. Seems like he's been playing big time minutes in playoff games. And Chris Paul, he's done a great job of leading this ball club. Even though he went out in with a shoulder, he came back and just shows you what his leadership means to this ball club. But the Los Angeles Lakers got to get back on their horse. They got to come back and be ready to match this team's energy, because the Phoenix Suns is not scared, and it really showed in Game 1.
They are not. To bump for that one, 10 Eastern. So let's talk about the game before that at 7:30 Eastern. We got the Nets looking to go up 2 games against the Celtics. So, Rip, we've seen the big three. They only played in 8 games together in the regular season. They looked great then, but they're really still learning how to gel. So what do you take away from Game 1, and what do you expect tonight?
When you got 3 of the top 10 players on your ball club and guys that been there before, especially in the playoffs, you got to remember Kyrie Irving won a championship already, and KD, and James is trying to win his first. These guys are just a scoring machine, probably the best scoring trio that I have ever seen. And even though I felt as though they didn't have a great game, man, when you got 3 guys that can potentially go out and get 30 points a game, that makes your chances even higher. For the Boston Celtics, I just feel as though they just don't have enough from a scoring punch. Not having Jaylen Brown out there on the floor, Tatum looked great early in the game, but once he went to the bench, I thought the Boston Celtics, from an offensive standpoint, really struggled and really couldn't keep up with the scoring duo of KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. So I just feel as though Boston has to play faster. I thought they did a pretty good job defensively, but they got to score. They got to be able to score more points, especially when Tatum goes to the bench. Kemba Walker has to play better. So I just feel as though they got to do a better job of trying to get easy baskets.
Rip, one of the biggest upsets we saw over the weekend, the Mavs taking care of business against the Clippers. Now, despite that, the Clippers, they're still a 7-point favorite tonight. But can Luka and the Mavs somehow find that magic again? Or do you think the Clippers will fix what happened in Game 1?
I think the Clippers come out and gets Game 2. And the reason why is how well the Dallas Mavericks shot the ball. They shot 47% from the 3-point line in the playoff game, Amanda. That just doesn't happen, especially when you look at the Clippers and how they guard on the perimeter with Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley, and Paul George. But Luka, he brought his magic, especially in Game 1. I mean, when the Clippers came into this game, the one thing that they didn't want to do is allow Luka Doncic to be a great passer on the floor. They knew he was going to get his points, but when you make Luka, when Luka's able to score, rebound, and get guys involved, and to go out and get a triple-double, that's when he's going to hurt you. But he made all the right plays. You got to tip your hat to the Dallas Mavericks, because even when the Clippers ran a double team at him, he made all the right plays, and all the other guys made shots, especially from the perimeter.
All right, Rip Hamilton, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You're looking to these games. It's been fun so far. Rip, thank you. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.